In this video, you are going to learn how to cube a binomial. Suppose you have the cube of x plus y. This is equivalent to x plus y times x plus y times x plus y. If you want to save up your time and minimize the error in doing algebra, you can use the pattern x cubed plus thrice the product of first term and then the second term, but you have to square the first term, okay, plus again thrice the product of the first and then the second term, but you have to square the second term, and lastly you are going to cube the second term. This is our first situation, and lastly we have the second situation, the cube of x minus y in x minus y times x minus y times x minus y. Now, this is x cubed minus 3x squared y plus 3x y squared minus y cubed. What happens here is that the sign alternates. So from the first term we have positive, second term we have negative, positive, negative. If you want to continue with this process, you will end up with this one. Okay, suppose we have examples. Example number one. Let's say the cube of 2x plus y. So, copying the pattern, we have cube the first term. The first term we have 2x cube plus 3 times the square of the first term times the second term, which is y, plus 3 times the first term times the square of the second term, and lastly the cube of the second term. Observe, if this is addition, we are using an operation addition. All sign must be positive. Now, simplify the result. The cube of 2x, this will give you 2 cube, that is 2 times 2 times 2, which is 4 times 2, which gives you 8. So you have 8 and then x cubed, right? And then plus, you simplify this term, that would be, first you're going to do is you're going to bring down 3. You simplify to x squared, that would give you 4x squared times y, and then plus 3 times 2x, that would give you 6x, and then y squared is just y squared plus y cubed. Alright, next you bring down 8x cubed plus, what is 3 times 4x squared, that would definitely give you 12x squared, and then you bring down y plus 6x, you bring down 6x y squared plus y cubed. Alright, this would be the final answer. As you can observe, there are no like terms, so meaning to say this is your final answer. A second example, the cube of 3a minus b. Okay, now with the use of our guide earlier, we will be able to solve this more quickly. So first is you're going to observe that we are now using an operation subtraction, meaning to say the sign alternates. You're going to cube the first term Okay, minus thrice the product of the first term and the second terms, 3a squared times b, and then plus 3 times the product of 3a and b, but you have to square that one. And lastly, minus the cube of the second term. Now, simplifying, we have 3a cube, then that would mean 3 cube, 3 times 3 times 3, that would give you 27. 27a cube, and then minus, this becomes 9. 3 squared is 9, and then squared, a squared times b, plus 3 times 3, that would give you 9, and then you just copy a, and then b squared is just b squared minus b cubed. Okay, now we're not yet done. You bring down the first term, and then what is negative 3 times 9? That would definitely give you negative 27 a squared b plus 9 a b squared minus b cubed. This would be our final answer. Third example, suppose we have the cube of x squared plus y squared. Repeating the pattern, we have cube the first term, okay, plus thrice the product of the first term and the second term, x squared times y squared, but you have to square the first term, plus thrice the product again of the first term and then the second term, but you have to square the second term, and lastly you're going to cube the second term. Second term is y squared. Alright, we simplify the result. X squared raised to the power of 3, that would give you x to the power of 6, plus 3 times 2 times 2, that would give you 4, and then you bring down y squared, plus 3, you bring down x squared, and then y squared to the power of 2, that would give you y to the power of 4, plus y to the power of 6. Okay, so as simple as that. That's how you're going to cube a binomial. Okay, one more example. Let's say we have number 4. 5, the cube of 5x squared plus 2y, and then repeating the pattern, we have cube the first term, 5x squared cube, plus 3 times the product of the first term and then the second term, and then 2y, but you don't forget to square the first term, plus 3 times 5x squared times 2y squared, plus the cube of the second term, we have 2y cubed. Alright, okay. Now what happens here is that you're going to cube the 5, or the numerical coefficient. That would be 5 cubed, 5 times 5 times 5, 25 times 5, that would give you 125. Okay, so that is 125, And then applying the power rule, um, x to the power of 6. Simply multiply the exponents. Plus, simplify the power rule. Um, we have 3. 5 squared, that would give you 25, x to the power of 4. And then you copy 2y plus 3 times 5, that would give you 15 x squared. And the square of 2y, that would give you 4y squared, plus 2 times 2 times 2, that would give you 8y cubed. Simplifying further, bringing down 125x to the power of 6. What is 25 times 3? That would definitely give you 75 x to the power of 4. 25 times 3, 5, 6, 75. And you have to multiply it back to 2y plus 15 times 4, that would give you 30, 60. 60x squared y squared, and then plus 8y cubed. We're not yet done. Okay, let's continue. Um, bring down 125x to the power of 6 plus 75. Okay, here. Now, what is 75 times 2? 150. X to the power of 4y plus 60 x squared y squared and plus 8y cubed. That would be the end of my presentation. I am hoping that you are able to get the idea on solving cube of binomials. So first thing, you must familiarize the pattern. First situation is addition, and then the second situation is subtraction. For subtraction, um, the sign alternates positive, negative, positive, negative. And for the first situation, as you can observe that it's always positive throughout the end of the terms.